me alone. Uh, I guess I'll do black like that too. Let's do it for these. All right. So got everything turned on now. Okay, we are live across all platforms. Hello, people. Hello. Hello all. I am Tank. Welcome to every platform that is connected tonight and everything that is. Okay. Hopefully your evening is going as good as the White House's pool and out there in the front. If you're doing better than that paint peeling up, you're doing all right tonight. Hold on, hold on. Okay, you're doing better than that. Okay, so let's jump right on into it because everybody got this topic tonight. Everybody is talking about this. This is a thing. So I should have went and got the picture of the dude. Y'all think I should? I got time. We ain't got nothing but time. We ain't got nothing but time because let me tell you something. One thing that gets me about Officer Taptoeing Bushwick Bitch Tatum, is that he has a I mean, he rode that little yellow bus in Mississippi, bound off in Clarksville where the crickets was. Kim Burrell's wig had lived in that area as well. And he came from a struggle, and he was taught to love his mouse, and he followed everything it said. And these are the results of looking your child. When he look in the mirror, he see a blonde haired, white, blue eyed man. That's what he sees when he looks in the mirror. He really do. And I don't feel no ways tired about it. I really don't. I really don't. I don't feel no ways tired about it. I really don't. We gonna get in and get out because it's a little bit to cover. Hold on. It gags me. It gags me. It's kind of sad a little bit. So if you don't know about this story, okay. If you don't know about this story right here, let me update you right quick. Okay, so long story short, um, Officer Tatum, had a interview with this guy, and with this guy that he had the interview with or whatever, I wasn't really just like, you know, surprised he had this thing. Let me see, is it working? Okay, all right. Now I wasn't surprised that Officer Tatum had interviewed this boy. Now I was really gagged about him, you know what I'm saying? Like the information that he really went into to go put himself in. Because let me tell you, so when I say bent himself in a pretzel corner, he built himself in a backwards pretzel for these white folks. But that's what he likes to do. I ain't gonna judge him for it. I ain't gonna judge him for it because that's what he like to do. He likes it. Like I said before, again and again and again. Officer Tatum has received the Django 2026 award. Yes, he has. He received the Django award this year. Eyes the pappy looking ass. We've received an award. So anyway, he did an interview with this guy. Now let me get over here to this because we're gonna jump right on this. Cause see, either it's me, cause you know what I'm saying. I know Nancy Grayson jumped in this right here, but I don't trust that bitch. I don't trust it. Since Paula Dean took them recipes from that black lady, I don't trust them like that. Because, usually they get involved. They just like to come up with the hype. Now, she going to ask questions. She a nosy bitch. You know what I'm saying? Let her do her thing. But I ain't got no hopes in it. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Birds of a feather flock together. Listen. So, check this out. Officer Tatum. Bushwick Brandon Bitch Tatum. That's his name. Yeah, that's his name. He did an interview with this dude, right? So the dude was one of the guys that was on the beach with Nolan. Now, of course, you all know Nolan, Nolan Wells. He is God rest his soul. He is this young man right here, who was found unalive or whatever. Now let me trip you out with this right here. Let me trip you out with this right here. Now, listen, to know me is to know this right here enough. I was born in Mississippi. Okay. If you don't know anything else about me, I was born in Mississippi. Now, me being born in Mississippi, I can tell you a few things about Mississippi. Okay. And one thing I can tell you about Mississippi is I had a cousin who had committed a light crime. Now, really, my cousin at this time frame, he was really just a standby person. You know what I'm saying? He really was just a, you know what I'm saying? He was on the side. He really wasn't doing it. He was just there. Whatever they called it. And he got 20 years. You know. He got 20 years. So you're not fooling me with this whole thing of, we're gonna be waiting for this and that. They got the body. Colin Kaepernick. I said this other night. Colin Kaepernick took the body, and he got the body. He took the body to DC, brought the body here, and they did an autopsy on the body. Now, what tripped me out is everybody got mad. Now we finna get to this interview, but everybody got mad at Benjamin Crump the other day. Now, because he got up there tongue tied, slurred, and country as the motherfucker, and we didn't understand half of what he said. Now, most of us did because it's the country slang, but he should have just be he need to be working on the money part. I looked up some information about being Crump, and being Crump, he's all right. You know what I'm saying? He don't win in case he was self-righteous, or he go after the money part. So us as black people, we need to stay off his ass, but we thank God for him bringing light to it. But we need to go get us a criminal attorney in there, because these little YT boys, they all of them guilty, all of them guilty. They're guilty, 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 guilty. Listen, check this one out. So then, Officer Bootleg Bushwick Bish Tatum, he was over there. He got it going. He got to go over there and go cape for his master. He loves Master. Master loves him. He loves Master. Master loves him more. And whatever Master say, shall be your side today. He gonna do what Master say do. And what he did was he interviewed this boy. Let me go over here. Hold on, y'all. Let me go over here. So he interviewed this boy. Now, mind you, this little white T-boy we finna see now yesterday. I don't even want to play this shit from yesterday, because I've talked about that yesterday. I don't even want to play this from yesterday he played. So, girl, Brandon Bushwick Bitch Tatum, you know what he really doing? He really just kind of drifting his money along. He pulling his Candace Owens right now. How she did with Charlie Kirk. She, you know what I'm saying? He finna grift. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, it's not about racism. Like I said before, and I say it again, over and over again. It makes no sense to grow up in Mississippi. My mama did not teach me and raise me to be any way type of racist or bias against other people. She taught me to love everyone, but she taught me about being aware of who I was, where I come from, and what the standards of this country stands on. And you being the parent, it's just your duty to do that. You have no duty to walk around here and tell your kids that because they look in the mirror like Brandon Tatum and Candace Owens, they look in the mirror and they see what? They have mental disabilities. Praise the Lord. And also, Brandon's in my opinion, just my thought, he's a homosexual. So is Nico. So listen, his friend went down there. Hold on, y'all. His friend went down there. His friend, the little the little white boy. So listen, I want to see. We seen yesterday. Now you came over here, everybody talking about it. My sister over there live now talking about it. Y'all can go over there. I just want to go over there for myself. So this be. I listened to this earlier. I want you to listen to this too. So we're gonna start this off. Let's go over here. Oh, the music is so dramatic, ain't it? Hold on, y'all.
And Nolan said, "No, I'm staying out here." The next day,
hold on, y'all. Sorry about
I got
that.
a phone call from my buddy Tracy.
Oh no, it's wrong one.
Hey man,
hold on. We gotta restart right quick. Hold on. I just noticed it.
I was with my buddy Brooks, and I broke down.
You guys had been interviewed by law enforcement. All of you guys have given statements. But then I think that there's a part associated with this that's being rumored out in the public, and that is the situation with the cell phone, potential deletion of messages, how the cell phone was retrieved. And I just want you to
okay, y'all, let's go back a little bit. I want y'all, because I want us to catch this right here. So look, let's go. This the beginning.
Nolan's death. Did you delete anything out of Nolan's phone?
Hey, look, it's dramatic to me. This Officer Tatum.
People are still out there partying and they're having a good time, but something
fair use.
It necessitated you guys to get the boat up and running. Can you explain that?
Yeah, I'm like yelling at other people, trying to tell them, calm down. Like, the boat could possibly sink, and Nolan was sitting by the boat with that Katie girl, and my buddy yelled for Nolan. He lying.
He lying. He lying. He lying. He lying. He lying. He lying his ass off. He lying his ass off. Let's go through a little bit of this. I'm gonna tell you what I think about it right quick, okay? We got other things to cover.
Get the F on the boat. Get on the boat. And Nolan said, no, I'm staying out here. The next day,
Okay, check this right. Now, and all these other reports that we've seen, all the other stuff we heard, you know when they say a hit dog holler, you gotta be from old school. You know what I'm saying? When a hit dog holler, hold on, a hit dog would really holler. You know what I'm saying? And I just everything this baby is saying, all I hear is lie, 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 lie. This motherfucker's a liar. He lying. He got something to hide because for one, he said that it was no problems. Nolan was this just great guy that didn't see color and this and that. So how we get the story keep on changing? He was with a girl, and now somebody tell him to get in the fucking boat. The phone was missing. All the text messages gone. You don't got no answers. That I really feel like y'all was playing this the Survivor game from Ice-T. That's what y'all doing.
I got a phone call from my buddy Trace, and he was like, hey man, they just found his body. My reaction was just, I was with my buddy Brooks, and I broke down.
You guys had been interviewed by law enforcement. All of you guys have given statements. But then I think that there's a part associated with this that's being rumored out in the public, and that is the situation with the cell phone, potential deletion of messages, how the cell phone was retrieved. And I just want you to tell your side of this, because what we're getting from the media is that they literally had to, I don't know, coerce you guys into giving it back. You didn't know where it was at. You were hesitant to give the phone over. Almost as they had to turn your wrist or twist your arm just to give it back.
Right.
Well, what happened with the cell phone thing? So let's go back to the first engagement you had when it comes.
Listen. It is. I know they did, baby. I know they did. I just say that, boo. Hold on. Let me show you there. You right, boo. You right. Hold on. I see it. Oh, let me see. It's over here. It's over here. Yeah. You right. I don't know if I can show this right. Let me see. This is I'm using this. This is kind of new. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Okay. Ooh, I thought they saw. Listen, you can tell. She said that he lying. He is. They did do it. Let me tell you something. It's 2026. You know, most children, especially most youth, that's Nolan's age, they're not gonna go far at all without them cell phones. You know what I'm saying? Like people, like I'm 38, so a lot of times, like if I get home, I can walk away and I see my cell phone for, you know what I'm saying, a whole 5 hours. I'd be in my own little space. But I'm from that time frame where cell phones wasn't a main necessity to me. Yes, I have it with me all the time. But however, my nephews and nieces that's his age, I'm telling you, they go nowhere. They go nowhere. Okay, that thing is attached to them. That could be the mark of the beast off top, because they keep it with them 24/7. They sleep with it, bathe with it. It's always with them. And all of a sudden now, you telling me you don't? Why would you? If it like, listen, you got to know how to. He ain't no real friend. Everything he's saying, real talk, sound fishy. Because for one, why the hell you even coming outside opening your mouth anyway? You already found guilty. You been guilty, and we know you're guilty. You know you guilty. We know you guilty. They know you guilty too. A hit dog is hollering. But we're gonna listen in for this on a few minutes. You know, I hope we don't copyright. But this is Officer Bushwick Bitch Tatum stuff. Let's go.
Comes to the family or somebody coming back to get the cell phone and keys. When did that occur, and what happened there?
Okay, well, that night, about 12:30, I went back to my buddy's house.
And you said the night of the 4th?
The night of the 4th, but it was about 12:30, I would like to say. And so I went back to my buddy's house that I stayed the night before, where we all met up, you know, and stayed together the night before. And
most people have no idea they can get ready to post content the minute they stop recording with Riverside.
Girl, we don't know that. Let's go.
My buddy got a call from this guy, and the guy was like, oh, like, you know, like, what's going on with all this Nolan stuff? Very aggravated. I mean, yeah.
Lies. Let me tell you, let me get you a piece of this information. If I know for a fact that I don't have anything negative to do with this entire situation, If I know I ain't got nothing negative to do with this entire situation, it's nothing you can tell me that I ain't finna be telling the police. You said, who is the guy you talking to? Give me names. He's too much of that beard around the bush. That's how you know with some shit down there. That's how you know. That's how you know. He beating around the bush real bad, y'all. He beating around the bush. And Officer Tatum, he caping for him too. But you know, it's like, I don't know. I can't get into that because we gotta call him a caseworker for this. I can't be his therapist. Let's go.
Every right to be, but I mean, we were trying to calm him down, and like he was just like, oh, like where y'all at? My buddy said, you know, we're at my buddy's house, and he said, all right, and then he just hung up. And so about 30 minutes later, I'd like to say, all of a sudden the door just got open and slammed, and there was a girl who walked in, and like probably about 8 or 9 guys behind her, and then another mom, which was Javon's mom. And
who's Javon? I want to put that in perspective. Who is Javon?
Javon?
Okay, listen. Okay. Let me see. So Officer Tatum, you know, now when he gets up in the morning time, you know, this ain't about us, it's about him. Okay, so don't get mad. Officer Tatum sees a white man. He does. He sees a white man. So the moment he heard Javon, you see how he stopped the whole conversation? Okay, now where does Javon come to play into this? Like, who is he? You see what I'm saying? Like, man, this dude right here. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you. Lord have mercy. Lord, America got to do better. Let go.
Javon is one of Nolan's good friends. He's a friend of mine too. You know, like great guy, and his mom and their family is, you know, very close with, you know, the Wells family, and I mean, so I don't know why she was there, like what was going on, but I was very surprised by this. I was like, you know, like you just basically like kicked the door open and, you know, bust up in the house with no knock or anything.
So is Javon black or white?
Javon's mixed. I mean,
y'all, I swear, I see. You see why he get that? Do you see why he gets the Django 2026 award? Do you see why he gets that Django award? Do you see why he gets it? Do you see why he receives this award? Okay, even the white people want to give it to him, but they don't even like his ass neither. They just don't. Let's listen to this lie that this boy right he got going on, because baby, trust me, he is definitely lying. Let's go.
I don't.
Yeah, I guess he's mixed.
Yeah.
So, but he's not white.
You know, he's not white.
Just white.
Yeah.
Or all white, I guess you might call it.
Hold on.
Come in the house.
Hold on. You see how he doing? You see how he doing? You see what he doing? See, Officer Tatum is so committed to what he does in by the shine of his tapping shoes. He's so committed to that he literally zoned in on the one black friend I don't even think was there at the whole situation. He stopped that for that. That's what he stops for. But this is just showing you, okay, America. This is just showing you, okay, what a bitch epidemic looks like. Let's go.
Any of these people?
I know some
you
of the
said
guys.
the mom, but do you know anybody else?
I've seen the mom before, and I know most of them. Most of the guys went to high school with me.
Lies.
Like I'm friends with some of the guys. I mean, you know, I know some of them. So eventually, like things started to get heated, and I was just like a guy I was like, you know, friends with in high school. He was like, "Man, come outside with me," and I was like, "All right." And I walked outside with him. He was like, "Man, I don't know why. Like they're panicking, and you know, like this is just like I think Nolan's just on somebody's couch. He's been drinking all day. He's just messed up, and you know, this is nothing that we have to worry about." And as much as you know, I sat there and I told him, I was like, you know, I agree. I would think, you know, he's on somebody's couch, just had been drinking all day and just, you know, drank too much and was super intoxicated. And, you know, that's kind of what a lot of us thought. But
sorry, I don't even want to hear
they
that shit.
were kind of losing it, and they were going crazy. And
get my heat.
The mom that was with him demanded Nolan's phone, because Nolan left the phone on the boat. And when we ran in, Nolan didn't ask for his phone. and his keys were not on the boat because his car was.
Listen. I don't even. What's his man name? What's his boy name? So hold on. What is his boy's name? He said, "Is this Warren? I don't know if his name is Warren or whatever his boy name. What's his boy's name? Let's see what his boy's name is. Yeah, he didn't put his name in there. Officer Tatum don't want to get. He don't want to get him in trouble. Mm-hmm. He didn't put his name on there. He just said Nolan's best friend, but it got to be that one. I think it's Warren. I think it's Warren. This whole thing, this entirety of this whole entire thing. Listen, being born and raised in Mississippi, I will tell you this now, and I will tell you this early. Okay. It just from how this is going off top, there is not going to be much did about this. I'm telling you early. Don't get mad. Don't get despair. Don't get they might get like a little lawsuit money or something for wrongful death or something. I don't know how they're gonna do that, but that's what Benjamin Crump is actually there for because he's a civil rights attorney. So it's kind of like the cases he's won, stuff like that. But we all can see and feel and hear that this boy is lying. Okay, he didn't even talk to the police this damn much. He did. Okay, he did. Let's go.
Parked at my buddy's house where we had all slept, the night before the 4th, and so the keys were left at the house because he didn't. Nolan's car was at my buddy's house where we stayed at, so of course he left his keys there. But his phone, I mean, he was drinking. He didn't have his phone in the water because no one did, and I mean, there was more than just Nolan's phone that wasn't on the boat with us.
So it was more than just Nolan's phone that was on the boat.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously had all our phones, but on the boat, but.
Planning to publish your book? You could reach
Lies. This is all lies, y'all. You hear it like we older people, we know he is putting this story together so much. It's beautiful.
Nolan wasn't the only person that left a phone on the boat.
Lies.
There was a lot of people that left phones on the boat, that didn't ride out or in with us. So we I mean, there was a couple phones that we had that we didn't know who they belonged to, and my buddy's got that figured out, but it wasn't just Nolan's phone that was on the boat that who wasn't there. There was a lot of phones.
So when they barged in, they started getting frantic. The mom asked for Nolan's phone.
Right.
Was there a struggle over it, or did you guys hand it over?
I mean, just handed it over. I mean, we didn't think anything of it. Like,
really,
she asked for Nolan's phone. We knew they were close friends with, the Wells family, and my buddy went out to his truck and handed the phone over. No complications, no issue, nothing. But I mean, I told Miss Christine that we had his phone and he had left it in our possession on the boat.
Okay, so for one, let me just say this right here. From what I understand, he said this boy like his brother. He said that this was his best friend. And the way that he talking, he don't even know that much about Nolan himself. He don't even know that much about that boy. He don't even know shit about him. He really don't. He doesn't know as much as he's saying. He just trying to make it look like, oh yeah, we were friends. Y'all wasn't even friends like that. And it's like, dude, he real young or whatever. So I'm not sure what he doing, but maybe he think that we believe that. He come to the table with his manipulative ancestral ways that he's gained, being Kevin that he is, trying to get out of trouble, concocting a story. And all the real people in the room, all the old people like, yeah, that's a lie. It's a lot missing out of that story. This part ain't got nothing to do with the price of the tea in China. Ain't got nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. All this is going on. No, let's go.
When did you? Miss Christine is Nola's mom.
Correct.
When did you talk to her about that?
When I was on, no, I didn't talk to her once. Like it was like 12:30. I mean, I might have texted her a couple times and talked briefly about a couple things, but I never. I told her on the phone before I called the Coast Guard that we had Nolan's phone.
Thank you, Officer Tatum,
before
for conducting this interview.
Miss Christine, I asked. I was like, "Oh, well, where's his location at?" Because Nolan had his Snapchat location on for me, and he said, it's Wyatt said it's in my truck, like because everybody who left stuff on the boat It was Wyatt's boat, so Wyatt put it in his truck, you know, like it's just normal. And so the phone was in possession in Wyatt's truck. And when that mom came over and asked for it, there was no issue at all with us giving the phone to her. I mean, Nolan just left it on the boat. We handed the phone to her that night of the 4th of July.
Nope.
And did you guys go through the phone? Or?
No.
Of course not. I mean, well, none of us had a reason to go through Nolan's.
Y'all, so I'm gonna tell you this, because at the end of the day, you can go over there, because I don't want no copyright, because I don't know Officer Big Back Brandon ass title. I don't know him like that. But I will tell you this right here. I'm gonna tell you from somebody else from Mississippi. Okay. Real talk. That man right there. Let me tell y'all something about that man right there. Listen, he himself, Officer Tatum, he will be the definition of sell out. He will be the definition of Django, be the definition of, oh my Lord, you hit my master. You know, he would be the definition of those times. A lot of times, you know, just because we live in a certain time frame and, you know, we're in the process of learning things like that, you still have these type of people that have those unlearned behaviors as well. Cause that's what's instilled in him. He don't know whether to go left or right, because he's been taught the closer he is to whiteness and the more he can betray his people, like that man did Fred Hampton, he feels closer to Jesus, my God, today. But I'm telling you, my God, today, he will not get into heaven. No, he won't. No, he won't. If he go by the Jehovah's Witness standard, because he might be that, they're going to say it was 144,000 that got in. But when he get there, they're going to say, oh, it's 143,999, and we ain't got no more room for you. He won't get in, my God, today. They ain't going to let his ass in. But he's a complete sellout, and he feels lost. Right now, I feel like, in my parents' opinion, he's just like really filling in for, he's like pulling his real, like, you know, Candace Owens right now, how she did with Charlie Kirk. You know, she got her Charlie Kirk thing on, baby. She went there, she gathered that coin, baby. She sure did. Candace got there and said, they killed my friend. They killed my friend. They unalived him like you bitches. They did that. And she made her money. Sure did. Sure did. To the point, she even had white women supporting her. Yes, she did. Now, we don't want her back over here. But we drop Officer Tatum off over there too. You know what I'm saying? So, Officer Tatum, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing he in, because this boy that he interviewed over here, dang, that dude lying like a motherfucker. He's lying. I know he lying. His story changed so much. It's like, y'all, I was telling them the other night, real talk. It's an old school movie called what it's called, Surviving the Game. You know, Surviving the Game by Ice-T. It's an old movie called Surviving the Game. And it was funny because I was watching that movie on July 4th that night. I guess when this occurred. And if you ever see that movie, The Surviving Game, it has Ice-T's real old. It reminds you of this situation. Long story short, it was a man that was pouring out. He was a black man, which is the man played Ice-T played this man. He trusted another man that looked like him, kind of like Officer Bushwick, back Big Batch Tatum. He trusted a man that looked like this, and in that process, trusting a man that looked like this, just because he thought, because all skin folks ain't kin folks, but he thought that they was. So what he did was, he thought he was going to get a job because he needed a job, and they offered him money. Come to find out, they went out to the middle of the field of this jungle out there, like in the Grand Canyon somewhere, in the middle of the woods, and then they woke him up the next day and said, "Hey, guess what? We're going hunting, and you're the prey." And then all the white people, the white dudes, and then the Officer Tatum guy, they went and they went after him. Real talk. And this situation reminds me of that movie. Real talk. They do. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. I do not trust them. I don't trust Mississippi, because I know Mississippi is one of the highest black state. I think Mississippi is about 38% black. It's the most blackest state, really, in the USA, Mississippi. You know, however, with the white people outweighing that, you know, they still control so much, because Mississippi is left behind a lot of things when it comes to education, when it comes to like things of, you know, activities and laws and stuff like that. And mind you, Mississippi is one of the still deepest countries it is. When they say the Southern Belt, the Bible Belt, baby, the Bible Belt ain't getting no deeper than Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, and Mississippi, and Arkansas, and Louisiana. You ain't getting no tighter than that Bible Belt right there, baby. You was getting the Bible Belt. You might get a little Baptist, a little Kojic, a little AME, a little progressive, a little something, but you getting some God. Mm-hmm. You're gonna get somebody's God in that Bible Belt. And I just know how these guys are moving right now, how they're doing. I don't trust it, and in my humble opinion, I feel like they're going to pull one, you know, and they are going to end up letting them walk. Real talk, they're gonna let them walk. It's nothing gonna be did about it. Really. I feel it, and it's sad to say, but no, they're gonna do nothing about it. They're not doing nothing about it. They're not gonna do that. We're gonna be mad. We're gonna be upset. We're gonna cry. We can march, but you're looking at. I looked at earlier. Okay, hold on. Let me just give you a little bit of an example of this. Now I'm not sure if I can pull this up, but I'm gonna pull this up for you. Now this is what I'm showing. I'm gonna show you something of just the history of Mississippi, baby. Okay, walk with me long, walk with me. Walk with me, long, walk with me. Come on and walk with me. Listen, I can go over here because Mississippi, right? Recently, Mississippi has. Let me see. Can I do this? I want to see. Walk with me, long. While I'm on this Christian journey. Okay, so check this out, right? I want to see. Can I put this up? Okay, I'm gonna see. Okay, so it has been. Let me see. Can I put this in? Okay. It has been a lot of unalivings in Mississippi of black young people. Okay, not only Nolan Wells. Let me get rid of Officer Officer Tatum right quick. My bad, y'all. My bad. Okay, let's put another Nolan over here. Listen, and it has been a lot of these things happening in Mississippi for a while now. We're gonna go through a little bit of a list. Rest in peace, Nolan Wells. Rest in peace, Nolan Wells. Rest in peace, Nolan Wells. Go through this list right quick because I want to show you this. Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, this just what it is. And I don't trust you folks. You know what I'm saying? We can have faith in all this shit, but girl, how they carry around their Bible and stuff like that, they still praying. The man I seen up the other day on the stage posting 250 years, Lord. I've been praying for change. I said, bitch, 250 years. Nope, no deals. Listen, let me go to this. Let me see. Well, I'm on. Okay, so let's look at this. Hopefully y'all can see it when I see it. Okay, let's see. Can we see it together? Together. Oh my God, it wanted me to. Okay, I can, but okay. I do it like this, right? I do it like this. Okay, no. Freaking A. That's what I wanted. You said no. Please, I have it. Okay, great. Okay, so as you can see this right here, we're gonna go over this real quick. Okay, so check this out. I'm not sure if y'all can see this good. This is I just put it in ChatGPT because I would want to come and read this right here. This is just based on our report information. It says but not nationwide. I think for black, this is just black homicides in Mississippi, whose unalivings remain unresolved right now over the last 2 years. Okay, let's go over these last 2 years. You got Nolan Wells of Ocean Springs, Jackson County. He was unalived July 2026. You got Tyree Deshaun Keys. He from Jackson, Mississippi. He was fatally unalived in 2025. No arrest publicly have been announced or the latest reported. Raheem Jamal Johnson and Jackson. He was 2025. He was said it was a unaliving, and case remains open according to reports. Darius Martez Williams in Greenville. 2025. Listen, we're gonna go on. Trey Reed. We can go on and on. Okay, we go on now. That's Mississippi, baby. Just saying, that's Mississippi, baby. Let me see. I don't mean no harm, but let me see, baby. Let me see. When you know Mississippi, you just know Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad But Mississippi is not in that place like something like this happening. Like, look at the time frame that's passing by, right? And I love to see people up here raising our voices so we can be heard and trying to let people know like what's going on. Like, nah, we ain't going for this, ain't going for that. Yes, I'm all for that. I'm all for that for Nolan. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he deserves justice. But honestly, listen, look at it. I'm telling you. You see, you listen. When do it's some something in the buttermilk ain't clean when his pill popping stepmama then jumped her ass out there with her white power. The friends jumped out there with they talking about some. We loved him to death. We loved him, right? Why? Why would they do that? Can you tell me why? You know why too. We all know why. Real talk. They have something to hide. They did not send, as we all know already, they did not send the throat. They did not send the lungs. They did not send something else. And they was like, well, these things could be like kind of normal when it comes to an autopsy. No, it's not. No, it's not. Give these folks justice in the way. Now, mind you, I had said about a week or so ago that yes, I really felt some type of way about, the mother and the father. Because I felt like, and I know that I felt like they bear responsibility for this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They bear responsibility because that's Mississippi, baby. You know not to raise that baby like that. I'll make him feel well, my kid, if I ever have children, God, I hope so, maybe one day, probably more than likely will. I'm gonna be a crazy ass daddy, but I'm gonna be a good daddy. I'm gonna be a gay daddy. But in our realness, you know, I'm gonna make sure my children know, how beautiful their skin is, where they come from, why they're important, why they don't get burnt in the sun, how to take care of their hair, how you can compare things to earth that you can compare on yourself, what did your ancestors do? These are things in the South that we cherish, that made and raised us. It gave us value, it gave us things, so we love being black. Because our parents taught us to love who we were, and they wouldn't know where we come from. We know how strong we are. You know what I'm saying? So when we watch, let me tell you something. When I watch Roots in about ninth grade, maybe like 8th, 9th grade. I watched Roots. My God, today. Ooh, I was Malcolm X around that school for about 2 weeks. I swear to God. Till you do right by me, everything you do will feel, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. But those are moments I was like, wow, and I took those in like Mississippi Burning. I took these, even the stories of like Nat Turner and, the surviving stories of like how we it makes us very resilient. So me, even though I'm dark skinned, you know what I'm saying? God rest Nolan Wells. Even though I'm dark skinned, I value, you know what I'm saying, living in my blackness. Why wouldn't I? I don't wake up every day thinking about the first thing. I don't honestly, in my own mind, think about it right now. Real talk. Some people do that. They first thought is, I know Officer Tatum, Uncle Ruckus, the Django Award winner for 2026. He said that, you know, you know, I think something about he don't see color or whatever it is, whatever he don't see himself as full black. But that's his goddamn problem. You know what I'm saying? That's him. But I love being black. What's wrong with that? He wasn't given that. You know what I'm saying? He looked in the mirror. He was taught that, and it was ingrained in us through Christianity and stuff. You know what I'm saying? We stay served. We had white Jesus. Can you imagine being a little black boy in Mississippi, knowing what your ancestors went through, who your grandparents are, who your great grandparents are, who your ancestors are before? Okay, you know the value that you carry. Okay, and you realize that I am black and I am me. I walk through school I'm very bold. My mom, she and I love her for that. You know what I'm saying? She really nourished, as a grown man. I can really say she really nourished the black in us, her children. She nourished the black in us. Be proud of who you is. Hold your head up. Don't you be frowning. Okay, okay. The devil is a liar. Okay, you make him your footstool. You understand what I'm saying? You go out to that school and they got something to say to you. You put all your books in your backpack and you swing it with the name of Jesus and you knock me. Shabasa. Knock them out, baby. And call me. And I'm gonna come pick you up. But there better be a good reason. You know, I was raised like that. You know, we don't have those moments anymore. And so, because of my mother, thank you, Mama. You know, I value, anything wrong with that. Some people, and the thing is, I don't think white people, sometimes I think they really, I don't get up, Officer Tatum said, he said he was Christian first. He ain't black. I think it was him and Anthony Popeyes, Big Back Salem. That man. Antoine, I don't know what the man's name. But both of them say the same thing. You know what I'm saying? That when they first move around, the first thing they identify is that they identify as a Christian. My God, today. I don't understand how in the hell you identify as a Christian first and your skin, oh Shabbat, is black. Because you was an ignorant bitch. But it was made for you to try to be that way. But you got to unlearn these behaviors. But sometimes you gotta be like Harriet Tubman and just leave them behind. Sometimes you got to let some of these bitches go. Sometimes I was gonna preach a message. It's too late. It's too late. Move on. See the signs now. You're gonna go back and try something. You're gonna look back and turn into a pillar of salt. Keep on going, because bitch, it's too late. They have no value. It's over. Run that test too many times and the results came back wrong. No. And that's how I feel about people. Like now I feel about Officer Tatum. How I feel about Candace, Because but I get it though, I heard a girl today. And I was kind of like, am I like, bitch? She was like, yo, y'all on her talking about what you say? About Haitians and stuff. Baby, move the fuck on. Move the fuck on. Move the fuck on. Move the fuck on. Y'all trying to talk about baby. Listen here, cousins, immigrants, now rare removed. Bitch, we moved on. We had already moved on. See, that's why y'all don't study. Y'all don't know shit about us. You don't know enough to know when we done moved on. We have moved on, girl. We out here trying to see why the hell Nancy Grace being knows we ain't studying you, baby. Pack your bag and keep on going. We ain't studying you. We trying to work. We on Nolan shit. Hell yeah. And we went to Quiet on the Creek, bitch. We ain't, we as foundational Black American people, we don't hold on to shit like that. Real talk. You are not the birthday. You are not the birthday. You're not. Okay? You're not the fucking birthday. Move on. Yeah, we was arguing. We can move on. Y'all just keep on crying. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to do with that no more. I don't hear about this shit. They still on there talking shit now. Soon we get a little quiet. Now I said we got a Nolan Wells case going on. Now they want to get on there. Oh my God, hey shit, we need to stand up. Girl, go home. Go home. Girl, go home. No shade, no tea. We do not give a fuck. No shade. I swear to God. With all black love and power. Bitch, go. Okay. The fuck? Like, how you don't know when the conversation to change? See, that's why you gotta go home. Because see, you don't even know when to read the room. Bitch, we ain't moved the fuck on. I'm like, we still talking about D.O.? I thought Trump was flying planes every day. 3 planes a day. That's what I seen. I'm talking about this shit. Okay. So, we're in the midst of this. Of course, a lot of people have stuff to say. Okay. And I do get that. I get that. I want to go and see what they're saying. All night long. Let's go see what they're saying. Let me see. I can make sure I get this right, y'all. Let me see. Oh, no. I gotta make sure I got this. There we go. Make sure I went and got the sound for it. Okay, so we're gonna go here to the TikTok streets for a moment. Because everybody got something to say about the whole Nolan Wills things, right? So since we're already here, we're here. You can hit a like and subscribe. As my brother say, tell them to hit like and subscribe. Bro, I'm like, okay, I'll tell them. My brother told me to tell y'all. He told me to tell y'all to hit like and subscribe. So please hit like and subscribe. Okay, so this is TikTok, okay? Let's go over here for a second. This is a tragedy, though. Come on now. Thank you. This is a tragedy. It really is. Okay, so let's see what they talking about over here. So this is one guy. I seen a lot of people trying to give Officer Tatum praise. I don't know why, but I guess maybe we'll run into it. Let's go.
Got leaked like earlier this morning. I heard people say it's not the same shorts he had on blue shorts, something like that. Nah, bro, those look like the same shorts to me. There was some type of confrontation, some type of conflict or something. Other dude didn't like it, decided to hit him over the back of the head. They probably got scared and tried to discard the body. That's damn near what it looked like. I mean, the motherfucker is standing over him. And don't say that's not him, because that's him. Nolan had a curly afro. And what do we see at the bottom hand of the screen? A curly afro. That is him. They beat him over the back of the head with something and threw him in the water.
You know, one thing about black folks is, let me tell you something. When you get us riled up, we all become Nancy Grace. Yes, we do. We all become Nancy Grace. When we all, let me tell you something. Rest in peace, but let me tell you something. When it comes to the ground, you know what I'm saying, the grassroots. When shit jump off, we all become Nancy Grace, bitch. Everybody, all of us, the investigators, we got theory, conspiracy theories, finding out, digging. And I am here for it fucking all. Real talk. I like it. Yes, okay. Come on, cheer. Tell the people. Let's go.
I need y'all to pay attention. I need for y'all to turn y'all volume all the way up. This is when they called and said that they was having trouble with that boat. You're going to hear them say Nolan. Wake the fuck up. This is why they was acting all weird. Listen.
To connect you.
Cito Assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
I'm so speechless. I knew they did something to Nolan. I just didn't know what they did to Nolan. But they fucked up the judge, take her ass down to, because she was covering every adult that helped cover up this. Lock their asses up. That's gonna be the whole half of motherfucking damn Mississippi. Lock up. Go get their asses right now. True
Good
night.
point. Just sit tonight.
Since it's clearly not Nolan. If it's not Nolan, then who the fuck is it? Who is this kid? And how do you know it's not Nolan? Because there's khaki shorts. That khaki could be sand. That could be a load of sand. He's literally rolling around in the fucking sand, Casey. You've been here for quite some time on my page. Do you not understand that I will be asking questions? I'm super confused right now, Casey. And even if you don't think it's Nolan, Casey, I do. I think that's Nolan.
Okay, so it was like reverse girl. I thought she was saying some other girl. I was like, girl, I'm over your shit already. Okay, thank you, young lady. You know what I'm saying? But okay, so these are just the opinions of everybody else. We're here to do that. Hit like and subscribe. We're do that. It's everybody else. And I mean, it's a thing, because it's no way possible. Like, don't mean I'm just be like, listen. Like if you're gonna say that you are a real human, right, and you really, really understand people, it get me that bitches try to be deep, but they don't know how to be deep because they so dumb they don't even know how to spell deep. Bitch. Okay. It gags me. Okay. Because just in simple terms of like, I understand. I can imagine. I don't know how it feels, but I can imagine being white and having proximity to wealth, or having gain or whatever, and That's just one step of that. But I would never negate a lineage of people, because if it's just such of America, what makes America beautiful is the struggle and divide that we went through now that we really tried to come out of. But I really think that we went the wrong way. Okay. And so everybody has opinions, but there's no way possible you can't see his race. Come on now, we know his race. We know that something's wrong.
So this clip right here gets released after the autopsy comes back undetermined for Nolan Wells. Look at this.
The way I see it is they have one of two choices. One, they can make things right, or two, I leak everything. I leak everything.
Now, I've ran this clip through AI. I've even searched for the original video and yet have found nothing. But it makes you wonder, if this clip is true, why not just tell if you know? But the real question is, do y'all believe this is clickbait? Do y'all actually believe that this person, whoever it is, actually may know what?
I think it's clickbait in a way. Some of it gonna be clickbait, some of it ain't. I think that's the problem that we have now when we see these things when it comes to AI. When we see AI now, you have to really question so much. You got to question it. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay because you remember when they had the things going around with Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and Biggie and Tupac and all that. Like, we had to say, listen, stop this. Stop this. Y'all cannot be messing with, y'all can't, this freaky, don't do this. Cause it looks so real, right? So really got to question some stuff, but a lot of stuff can be clickbait. Like Officer Tatum, right now he's grifting. A lot of times tragedy equals finance to these people. You know what I'm saying? It just does. It's what the truth is. Let's go.
But when we were leaving, obviously no one is getting left at the island that came with us unless they demanded to be there and ask. This is a very common thing at Horn Island. When you're out there, a lot of people ride out there with someone and in with somebody else all the time. I've done that 100 times. It's a very common thing, but Nolan was sitting by the boat with that Katie girl, and my buddy yelled for Nolan, get on the boat. We're leaving. The boat's having issues. And no, he didn't say that, but he was panicking. Nolan, get the F on the boat. Get on the boat. And Nolan said, no, I'm staying out here. I'm going to ride it with somebody else. And it's not uncommon.
This is a lie. That's a lie. It's a lie. That is definitely a lie. Let's read this comment. How you doing? Hi, Denise. How are you? Nolan died of natural causes. Okay. Again, Tatum proved that he proved this, did in the medical examiner, and it's getting stupid. Okay. So Denise thinks that he died of natural causes. So when you look at just saying Denise, just saying, listen, not being confrontational, right? If you are a mother and your child hasn't had any health issues, hasn't had anything wrong, and you seen your baby out there with about 4 or 5 kids, and your baby don't come home, you gonna tell me you gonna think your baby died with natural causes? You ain't gonna think that, Denise. Come on, baby. You ain't gonna think that. You ain't gonna think that, no matter what it is. Especially for a white parent. A white parent gonna be showing enough like, fuck that bitch. Call Katie, call her children, and I'm going to each mom's house now. They gonna be ready. Okay? Cameron is a symbol. Real talk. They're natural causes. He didn't have any health issues. Where are the lungs? Where is the neck? Where is these are things that just calmly outside, you want to say outside of race, whatever. Tatum is definitely a grifter. But outside of race, those simple key facts is any parent. I don't have any children, but I can only imagine. I'm going to see, listen, baby, what happened to my baby? Can you tell me that? Now, you went and talked to this motherfucker right here. Now you said, what, you got my baby's cell phone? What? You gonna question everything going on, because if it's not like that, it would be more simple answers. Very simple answers. Let's go to the next thing that's on the board. Let's go to this.
I'm going to hear, but it's not like my buddy asked him one time. My buddy asked Nolan multiple times to get on the boat.
This is complete dog shit, and in my opinion, a lie. But
we older people, we can see lies. We're older.
Possibly more sinister, and I'm going to tell you why. I've been an attorney and a captain.
Okay.
For longer than half of my lifetime. I cannot even count the amount of places that I've been to in the Caribbean. I've been a diver for over 35 years and a captain for probably 30 years. I have so much shit in my log that I cannot even begin to tell you. From Puerto Rico, Cozumel, Belize, Bonaire, Turk and Caicos, Ternifatool, Blue Hole. I've been fucking Honduras. I've been everywhere in my boat. Everywhere. I've seen boats catch fire. I've seen people jump off them drunk and get in accidents. I've seen all sorts of terrible shit. As a lawyer and as a captain, I'm going to tell you why none of this should stick. Everyone fucking knows that as a captain, you're responsible not only for the welfare of everybody on board, but for their lives.
Yep.
You are the last one out of that fucking vessel. If that vessel is floundering and putting water in and it's above the battery.
And the thing is, okay, so back to what one of the commissioners said too. Check this out. Like, okay, you telling me you can't explain. Okay, we all know about the GPS thing and all that stuff. You know, Nancy Grace is in this. Thank the Lord. I still don't trust her like that, but she in this. Thank you. But you telling me, as a parent, right? I'm asking you, why was the boat going back and forth like that? Like, just come. What were y'all doing? Was it an argument? Because if it's not anything to do with, nobody hated him. Nobody was like, it wasn't about race. You know what I'm saying? Like, something happened. Because you're his friend, right? Okay, I have a white best friend. We've been friends for almost 20 years, okay? I know for a fact, okay? Whatever, if we go somewhere, I'm leaving with that bitch, okay? I'm leaving with her. She's gonna be like, no, grab your bag. No, baby, no, we're not doing that, so let's go. You know, we're leaving together every time, you know? And that's been my experience with my white best friend, you know? I don't have a lot of white friends, but yeah, she don't like white people. But anyway, yeah, that's the kind of crazy. It's so many questions there. No, nothing is answered. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, real quick, I'm going to try to squeeze this information in real fast. Now, all of you know I'm a licensed funeral director and embalmer. I'm going to speak about
I didn't know that.
About Nolan
Cool.
Wells. Some of y'all may be able to stomach it. Some of you won't. It may be a trigger one for some of y'all. Either way it go. If you can stay. If you can't, go ahead and move on. All right. Now, Attorney Ben Crump and his office had released a statement saying that the second autopsy that was done in Washington, D.C. came back inconclusive thus far because when they received the body of Nolan Wells, the throat was missing. Now, somebody asked me to do a video about it because I'm a licensed funeral director and embalmer. And I was like, okay, fine. I didn't plan on doing it, but I'll do it. Now, when a medical examiner does an autopsy,
okay, teach us.
There are certain body parts that are.
Listen. Let me tell you something about this right here. One thing I've learned in my 38 years of living. Okay, let me tell you something over here. Yes, thank you. The shout out to Mars Queen, Marlene. Okay, Mars Queen, Marlene. Mars Queen, Marlene. Thank you. I'm having a decent night. Okay, so check this. Now I don't know everything. I don't try to know everything, and I don't want to know everything. Okay, it ain't my job to do every damn thing. You know, you meet people that know every damn thing. They all of a sudden when something happened, they a detective, they a doctor, they got a doctorate degree from Arkansas University, they are scientists, they are optometrists, they know every damn thing. I be like, damn, what the fuck you don't know? I don't trust people like that. Okay. Now, somebody has went to school and have experience with this type of stuff. Myself, and I, okay, being a healed Aquarius, I'm gonna shut the fuck up and listen to the specialist.
Moved and examined for autopsy purposes, for records purposes. Everything should be written down. Everything needs to be documented. Is the throat removed? Yes. In other organs, yes, they are. But after an autopsy is completed, the visceral organs and all other stuff is placed in a biohazard bag, and it is also accompanied with the body of the deceased. So when Nolan Wells' body got to Washington, D.C., all of his body parts that were examined by the medical examiner or coroner in Mississippi should have gone with him to DC.
There you go. Listen. We are not. Listen. if I don't work in a certain department, you say you think, thank you, Marlene, my queen, Marlene. Listen, so if I don't work in the department of being the person that deals with bodies, now I did work at a funeral home one time. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a quick story, just a quick story. I worked in a funeral home one time. Now, don't laugh about this story because it's gonna be a little story. So I worked at a funeral home one time, and what happened was this: I ended up quitting the job on the third day. I'm gonna tell you what happened. So during this time frame, I was taking bodies from Memphis all the way to Jackson, Mississippi, which was really like a 3-hour drive. So this is my first time. So if you have never smelled a dead body or whatever, like had it be in the freezer, it's a very like very different smell after the autopsy. It's like a very different smell. Like you would never forget it. Like that smell, right? And so. And then sometimes, I didn't realize that the bodies after the fact still have jerks, still have movements and stuff like that. I can't think of the big word they use, but the body area Blue Moon would move. Now, mind you, I'm young. I came in about maybe 24, 25. And so I go one day. Now, mind you, I know we used to tag them because they used to bodies that was donated to science, bodies that was for cremation, this and that. So they had all tags. So they was like, you got to go pick up a body, whatever. You got to take it down to, I was going to take it down to Jackson. So I get up, go pick up the body, whatever. And mind you, I'm in this little van, I'm riding, right? Now, mind you, during this time frame, I was taking some medication that had just broke me out. It broke me out of the house. I was end up being allergic to it. So I'm riding, I'm like itching and shit. I'm like, ugh, I'm driving shit, just driving. I'm driving. So I look out the rearview mirror, right? I was looking in the rearview mirror, right? I'm riding. Now, mind you, it's like I got like 4 bodies in the back. I ain't gonna never forget this. I'm riding. I got the 4 bodies. I'm bumping your guy going down the highway like doom, resistance. I'm bumping. All of a sudden, you know how you see something at the side of your peripheral. You know that. You know what I'm saying? You be like, bitch, you know what I'm saying? You move quick, like, bitch, I know I ain't see that. Okay, I'm gonna keep on going. So I'm like, no, I ain't see that. I ain't see no move. Now, mind you, this is my first encounter because they had told me about this in training and stuff like that, but this is my first encounter. Bitch, it's something different again. I was like, oh, wait a minute, I'm going down 55, bitch. I'm like, hold on. Like, hold on. I know I ain't crazy, bitch. I'm gonna pull them motherfucker over. I'm just scared now. I'm like, hold on. And the crazy part was, I think, I had just seen that movie, it was some horrible I had just seen. So Insidious. I think I had just seen too long seeing that movie. I fucked up. So this is the third time. Now by this time, bitch, you ain't gonna fool me. Mind you, I'm past like Duck Hill. I'm way from Memphis. I'm past Grenada. I'm past Duck Hill. I'm damn like an hour some way. Baby, I was riding again. And I was already kind of like, I had already been like, man, I don't know. I hope there ain't something happening. Bitch, that motherfucker, but that leg kicked and that bag moved. Bitch, when I tell you I ran the truck over in the ditch. I swear to God, I ran the truck over in the ditch. Girl, I said, whoa! Girl, I lost control, bitch. I was scared. I was scared for my life. I was scared for my life. Real talk, I was dead scared. That shit was so fun to me. I was like, damn, girl, that bag boy, I told her. Me and dad, I called, what I did? They called me, it was like, where you at? I saw somebody had a wreck or whatever. And he was like, well, come make this and this. And I quit. I quit. That was not the lane for me. You gotta know what job is for you and what ain't. Needless to say, that was part of the moral story. So yeah, I was fucked up that time. That was fucked up. So that's my story of me. I was like, what the fuck, bro? I tell you what I said. I lost control on 55. I was like, ow! Look, I went to screaming, Jesus. You know what? For me to talk so much shit about them serving that white God, bitch, I'm telling you, I ain't never screamed Jesus so fast. Oh, girl, y'all, Jesus, boom. Oh, shit. That was a moment. It was a memory for me, Roar. I said, God, I won't look back. I won't look back, God. I won't look back. Ooh, I don't even know. I'm just thinking about it, girl. I went to church the next Sunday. I was so emotional. I was just all. I was at worship on the altar the whole Sunday. I was just, ooh, girl. I said that damn I was gonna get me. Anyway, move forward. So anyway, let's listen to the man.
I went and Googled in this, specifically in the state of Mississippi, is it normal practice for certain body parts to be missing after an autopsy and and being
I don't think it's normal
else for a disposition or a second autopsy? And the answer that I got back was no, it is not normal for body parts to be missing.
No, it's not.
Under certain circumstances, certain body parts could be missing, but those circumstances are like if a person passed away from infectious or communicable disease, and we know that that's not the case. So under normal circumstances, there is no reason why anything should have been missing from Nolan Wells' body. And if for any reason they decided, okay, well, we have to get rid of this particular body part, that should have been documented, and the information should have been sent to whoever was receiving the body after the medical examiner or coroner was finished.
And I'm gonna tell you something. You said that's the best way to find out whether a job ain't full. You try. Listen, Queen, it don't hurt but to try. And if you fail, just get back up again. Ooh, y'all feel so old. That's so, Ooh, you want to get back on your feet? miss 2 car payments and you'll be back on your feet. You'll be able to walk again. Oh my God. I hated her. I played so much. But no, seriously though, like they will, like the body has to be they're gonna, like, say for instance, for the 3 or 4 trips that I went on with them bodies until that one moved, and bitch, I had a wreck because I thought something was finna get me. Like everything goes with them. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's donated, like they're like a person like me on the back of my license or whatever. I say that I'm an organ donor. You know what I'm saying? Now I have HIV. I've been HIV for 16 plus years, but I'm undetectable. Now I'm not sure how that works, but I just want to be like, you know what I'm saying? Because just in case, they can use my organs if something happen. Then I'm black, so you know what I'm saying. You never know what's up the divine. You know what I'm saying? Okay, they really got a cure for it. They just ain't gonna give it to us because it's a $1 billion corporation. So anyway, moving forward. But yeah, something about this whole damn case feel fishy because they didn't sit them lungs and that stuff down there because they ain't finna do nothing down there in Mississippi, y'all. I was born there. I'm telling you, they ain't finna do nothing. It's too much time to pass. It's too Lexi days now. They are. They found their thing
after that. So I don't know what's what, who's who did what, who decided what.
Thank you, brother. That's really awesome to have people. I didn't know about him as a mortician.
This what I think happened to Nolan Wells.
Okay.
I think while they was at their party, them folks got to arguing about a little snow bunny bitch. Cause I know them white hoes like some BBC. And that white boy got offended.
Nephew.
By that shit. You already know folks drunk. You know folks emotions high. Folks on drugs, all type of shit. I feel like Nolan got the jacking with a white nigga about the girl, and y'all know how white niggas love using them chokeholds. They love to choke your ass up. I feel like that's why they took that man throat. I think he got into an altercation with a little white boy, with a little white bitch. They folk cracked his ass on the back of his head. They got the jacking with the nigga. The white boy put his ass in the head, choked his ass out.
Okay.
That's what I believe will happen.
Okay. We'll take that. Listen, hey, we'll take that. We'll take that.
Sense? They took bro throat. He got blunt force trauma on the back of his head. Them folk choked him.
Okay, so nephew, I'm gonna tell you this. I agree with that's your opinion on that, and you young, so that's opinion because most of y'all are very immature and y'all do fight over pussy because your mama loved you so much and spoiled you so much and turned you into little bitches, or you end up wanting to be white, or end up wanting to marry another Amber Rose, another hoe, because Vera had honest hoes and all Vera hoes was honest. Vera hoes, it was so good if you threw it in the air, it'll turn to sunshine. And these days, it's like throwing a hot dog down an open hallway on Lamar Avenue in Memphis, Tennessee. So anyway, you would come up with that theory. So check this out. Listen, let's go here. I tell you this. I feel like, in my honestly humble, oldest opinion, that Nolan was out there. And I feel like that their bigotry and their that what they really wanted, kind of, it really, because it's in their blood. It's in their goddamn blood. You know what I'm saying? And this is Mississippi, honey. I'm a Southern Belle. I'm a Southern gay Belle. Hey, a little bit of sentiment, but I'm a Southern gay Belle. I know this. I'm telling you what I know. And them motherfuckers that I know, that when it's time to, I'm telling you, they can argue amongst. This is what we need to learn from their asses. We around here talking about trans and gay and this and that, and they have the Confederate March up here in D.C. Bitch, what's wrong with you? I don't want to hear about no goddamn trans and all this shit. How about we start acting like them? I'm telling you. When it's time for them to come together, everybody got the same story. We don't know anything. Oh my God, he was such an awesome person. You see how they act? Take note. We can do that type of shit. Real talk. Lessons and stuff like this come for you to learn too. We doing better, but we can keep on trying. Let's go.
What do you mean the front of Nolan's neck was missing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to explain, but we finally got the independent autopsy report that his family had done.
Okay.
And we got some crazy findings. Trigger warning, but first we found out that Nolan was given back without the front of his neck. Stating that during the first autopsy, it was removed by the examiner for further examination. For Sheriff Department.
Thank you, boo. Thank you. I will be able to do my thing or whatever, but we're gonna talk about it, but welcome so much. I welcome you once, I welcome you twice, I welcome you 3 times with Jesus Christ. Black Jesus, though. Let's go.
Department that keeps saying there's no signs of foul play. You guys keeping his neck says a lot. We found out that Nolan might have been hit in the back of the head because they found red discoloration about 12 by 8 inches in length. The examiner also kept his lungs, so again, the independent autopsy was not able to check if he actually drowned or if he had, water in his lungs. Also, the examiner did say they had trouble looking for bruising due to how far the body was decomposing. But the independent examiner...
Let me tell you something. Trump is in the White House. These folks feel extra just extra, just enthralled to be racist and white and hold on to their power. And on top of it too, what we seem to forget at the same time, they still ain't found that Nancy lady. Okay? And we know one of the family members did that. We all know. They don't care. They can do that to each other. That's how they pay. That's how they keep money in the family. Them bitches go disappear. We just gonna slowly stop hearing about it. Hell, Nancy Grace wasn't even studying. She was studying that woman right there. Now she ain't jumped on this Nolan. Just the ends just keep on going. God damn it. It's weird. All right? So no. No, they still ain't found that Nancy woman. I swear to God, one of her kids did. That's allegedly, maybe, but I think some over there stank too. Hell, the FBI ain't about shit these days. They can point out a black man. You can go take water out the stove. Ain't it crazy? You can go take water out the stove and get pew-pewed in the back, and get no justice. You know what I'm saying? FBI ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? This white bitch go missing, and we all know something stank over here. And y'all just let it go, and the insurance probably already paid out, and we don't know nothing about it. But Nancy Grace shut up about that. Now she's on to Nolan Wells. We hope the bitch solves some cases over here, because goddamn it, they didn't solve nothing about that bitch. We don't know what's going on over there in Phoenix. That woman's been long gone. They sent a letter and said she's no longer here. I said they sent a letter. They sent a letter and said that the news lady mama she passed. Ain't nobody told us nothing. They be covering shit up. You got to keep an eye on them motherfuckers. Watch them. We don't pay attention. See, they be really thinking we be watching them. We don't be paying no mind to them. We don't be paying their ass no mind. Officer Tatum do. But that's because he's a homosexual as well. I know homosexuals. I'm a homosexual. Let's go.
Did y'all catch this?
I called Miss Christine, called her the first time. She didn't answer. I called her a second time, and I got on the phone with her, and I asked her if she had heard from Nolan. She said no. And I said, all right, well, don't freak out. I'm going to call the Coast Guard.
I'm over it.
For once, both stories actually line up.
So when I received the phone call from Warren, I immediately called my friend Toshima, and I said, hey, have you guys seen Nolan?
As I'm being told by his friends, like, oh, don't worry, like, you know, we're gonna find him, it's gonna be okay. Absolutely not. Don't ever tell a parent that. Don't ever tell a parent, like, you call me and tell me my child is missing. And then it's, oh, well, you know, it's going to be okay. Like, we're going to find him.
He calls the Coast Guard, gives them all the details, and this is his reason for why he made that call at that time.
But what made you concerned enough that you felt like you couldn't weigh it out anymore? You had to call the Coast Guard.
Well, I mean, like I said, my friends and I have been on the water our whole life. Stuff happens. People die all the time. I know people that have died out there. And, you know, it's a fun place to be, but it's also a very, very dangerous place to be if you're not handling it right.
So you mean to tell me you called the Coast Guard because your best friend was missing? You already confirmed that Katie is not with him. And remember, this was July 4th. So everybody was still out. You've got the boats. You've got the friends. You just got off the call with Nolan's mom. And instead of doing an all-night type of search, your response is this.
I'm assuming you wake up the next day, and then what happens?
I wake up the next day at about 7:30, and my dad had texted me because obviously Nolan's photo was all over Facebook, and you know, I just saw it everywhere, and I was freaked out because I was like, oh my gosh, like you know, I assumed, you know, Nolan's just, you know, we had been drinking all day, and like, you know, that he's just sleeping somewhere, and you know that he's okay.
Listen, this is weird to me. Okay, this is one reason because I'm about over this. Okay, it gags me because in another breath I've heard him say that the other people have said Nolan didn't drink, Nolan didn't do drugs, Nolan didn't do this, Nolan didn't do this. He was an upstanding kid, and now all of a sudden he's been drinking all day. Shout out to Denise that was in the comments earlier, and I know, Denise, I love you with all the love I can love you with, baby. But honey, when something is not clean in the buttermilk, we must throw it away. Yes, we must. And I'm telling you right here, this goddamn lie-smelling buttermilk, we know for a fact it ain't motherfucking clean. We know it ain't clean. That bitch dirty as a motherfucker. Fuck he is. That motherfucker lying. Okay? It's just fact. Y'all know when we old, we can see when motherfucker lying. You know what I'm saying? You know how you want to jump out there, you so scared you want to get your story out there first? Because you know you did something. And whatever they did, I'm telling you, I agree. It is sinister. Real talk. It's some insidious shit that they did. I'm telling you, some weird shit. They did. I'm telling you. It's tough. Something happened. Let's see what this one.
Did y'all catch this?
Obviously, we were in emergency. The boat, we're trying to save the boat.
Last one.
It's not like we didn't ask Nolan or we just left Nolan. Nolan decided to stay on the island with the girl that he was with.
He lying.
And the girl is a witness to that too.
Yeah. I'm glad.
As a former video journalist, I don't just hear the words, I see the edits. In today's age, every interview is going to be a polished production. And that means you have to look at every single thing with a critical eye.
Let me just Officer Tatum. It's Officer Tatum. Officer Tatum. I'm telling you, baby, he is.
The girl that Nolan Wells was allegedly with is speaking out.
Tell us, cuz. There we go.
Contradictions.
This is what we need, cuz.
Katie
Tell us.
is obviously cooperating with authorities. So is her sister, and so is the brother and the brother's fiance. They're also cooperating with Nolan Wells' family. And
listen, hold on.
Understand?
Hold on. Let me tell y'all something right here. Okay, let me tell y'all something about Katie. Okay, this white bitch right here. Let me tell y'all something. This white girl right here. Okay, she is letting it be known, bitch. You ain't gonna lie on me. Bitch, you need to, I finna be loud on the creek. Very loud on the creek. Very demure and loud on the creek, bitch. I ain't did nothing. I was not with him because my parents have told me about sleeping with one of them black men and how that can be so addictive. And I'm not going over there. You a motherfucking lie. I ain't with that boy. She done already told her truth. She coming out, she working with the family. This boy right here, he over there at Officer Tatum's house. Hold on. Something's wrong in my home. Motherfuckers lying. You're running telling lies. Okay. Ooh, running out of lines. He's running out of lines. You know what I'm saying? What is shit?
They're all on the same page. Katie and Nolan Wells' family.
Okay, let's go.
According to Katie's sister,
I like that.
Nolan Wells and Katie were on Horn Island talking, communicating, having a good time.
Okay.
Eventually, Katie was picked up by her brother and the brother's fiance via boat. The sister alleges that Katie mentioned to her, again, hearsay, but again, that Katie mentioned to her that her brother and the fiance picked her up from Horn Island and, left. And that Katie assumed that Nolan was going to go back with the friends that he ended up on Horn Island with. So again, Nolan Wells showed up with a bunch of people when he originally met Katie. Katie assumed that he was just going to leave with those said friends.
Now, cause what we saying is cause he's a lying motherfucker. That boy lying. And Katie. And you know what, Katie? We would like to give you an offer. We will trade you, and they can take Amber Rose, and you can come over here just to tell them the truth. You can't have the award money, but you did the award money. You can have it, but we will trade you for Amber Rose right now. Because we already know when they go down to the grid, that bitch they gonna kick that bitch out too. But we'll take you. Yep. I tell Amber to pack. I call that bitch to pack her bag. Look, Katie, thank you for being real, and thank you for keeping your name clean, because I already know. I love the fact that she said, "No, bitch, no." She said, "Oh no, pineapples, bitch." You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing to do with this. You know what I'm saying? Don't put me in there, and that's how you tell a story. You jump out there and say, "I ain't do that."
That Katie has been extremely cooperative with authorities. I know I mentioned it already. I'm going to mention it again. And very cooperative with the Wells family, answering pretty much any question that they have about what happened. So she seems to be very vocal, very confident, and very direct about what happened that day. I don't think the problem lies with Katie. I think the problem lies with something else and someone else.
I agree. I don't think it got nothing to do with that Katie girl. I ain't got to do with that Katie girl. I promise you, I ain't got to do with them. I'm telling you, it got something to do with all that little group on that picture. Now listen, if you old enough and you done watched enough movies, and especially after us experiencing Jeffrey Dahmer, we experienced it right there. You can't tell me that picture where all of them sitting on the boat and they got their shit and how they was sitting right there on. You can't tell me they want some sinister shit finna happen. That's the movie. We've been seeing this right here for years. Trying to tell you. What you gotta say, cool?
Nolan Wells disappeared July 4th. His body was found July 7th.
Yep.
And there has been a multitude of controversy surrounding his unaliving.
Right.
Yet, the governor is just speaking out about it.
Let me tell you something about this too right here. Being a fellow born and raised Mississippian. Okay, I was born and raised there out of Grenada, small town, Mississippi. My God, today. Well, it's good to make it out. Everybody doesn't have it. You can't. I don't make fun of the South or whatever, because you really gotta be from there to kind of understand how the South is or whatever. Because people kind of like misconfuse the South or whatever. And it's not. These people are not ignorant. But this is just where white supremacy reigns so hard it keeps them in a consistent battle of poorness. Okay. Well, this is what the governor's doing down there. The governor ain't shit. Okay. They ain't shit. Trying to tell you, they don't want to take care of the people. It's 30. Mississippi has the most black people in the state, and the Mississippi is where the most of them lie. 38.6%, if I'm correct. You see what I'm saying? You know, and this is how the governor do. You know what I'm saying? So this is why it's important. We need to stop praying and go to work. Okay, use your own Bible that the motherfuckers gave you, and it says faith without works is dead. Because bitch, some of y'all got is faith, and it's no work no more. Our ancestors would have never. Malcolm would have came through with Jesus and flipped over every goddamn table it was. We gotta change this shit. I don't want to preach.
Let's talk about it. The video I'm about to show you is where the governor of Mississippi finally came out to speak on Nolan Wells' unaliving.
Not to interrupt my sister. Not to interrupt my sister. I love you, sister. Not to interrupt her. But listen. Linda. Listen. This I'm from Mississippi now. I'm telling you what I know. I live in D.C. I'm telling you what I knows now. Okay. When do you see in a case like this? Okay, this Mississippi, baby. I'm trying to tell you now. Okay, these real wide folks. Okay, these real wide. These them real wide tees. Real white tees. You know what I'm saying? And not everybody like that down there. But I'm saying this is just regular living. Okay. When do you see the governors, all these judges jumping out and stuff like these? When Trey Reed was down there at this school, let me tell you something about Trey Reed. Sure was. Trey Reed was down there at this school in Mississippi. I mean, and it really gags me. It motherfucking gags me. Cause I be like, man, listen, we worry about the wrong stuff around here. Trey Reed was out there, and they said they had 3 different type of ways that baby passed. They said he passed by. They said one way he passed by. They said he hung himself. Then they said that he took pills. Then they said they found him in the bed, and ain't nobody at the school down there went to jail. Okay, they got cameras everywhere. Okay, nobody went to jail. This is Mississippi. Okay, this is Mississippi.
Made no sense to me. I just want to see if you hear what I hear.
Go ahead.
Take a look at this clip.
I don't know all of the facts surrounding the case. I have yet to see a fact or a piece of evidence that suggests any foul play. But if there is, I feel confident that the Sheriff's Office, the District Attorney's Office, the members at the Department of Public Safety that deal with these crimes, if there had been one, they will find it and they will do what is necessary.
Did you just hear that bullshit?
This
is how you know when somebody's on bullshit.
This is when they playing on your top, baby.
This man sat up here and stated on TV he doesn't know all the facts in the case, but yet he hasn't seen a fact or anything that proves foul play. But you just said you haven't seen everything. He said he feel confident that the district attorney's office and the sheriff's department will do whatever they need to do.
No, they won't.
To get to the bottom of it.
They won't.
Then he went on to say talk about a crime. And he caught himself. In the end, he caught himself. You have to pay attention to every word they say.
Sure do. They tell you.
He caught himself about to admit that a crime has occurred. He said, or if a crime occurred, what in the hell you mean if?
Yeah, right.
Nolan Wells' case is nothing but one big...
I'm telling you, it's one big goddamn mess. Okay? And I'm telling you again, and I hate to say it, I'm telling you, the time look that we're going on, the time anything going on, I'm telling you, listen, the governor get involved, Trump gonna be the next to start talking about it. You have to understand again, people, okay? This is fucking America, okay? They thrive off of stuff like this. Again, let me go down through this list right quick, but I tell you, again, these are the names that have passed in the last 25 years down in Mississippi. Young black people that have cases have not been solved. We got Tyree Deshaun, we got Trey, we got Rakeem Jamal Johnson, we got Darius Martez Wisdom, we got Markevius Brown, and again, we have added on another name that is Nolan motherfucking Wells. Hold on. Just saying. So, you know, I heard a pastor the other day, he was saying about praying and this and that. We have to move in action. Fuck this shit. Because, see, we can't be praying. This can't be the same God that we all praying to, baby. I swear to God it ain't. They praying that they get away with, getting away with this right here, right now. Now, who you think they praying to about trying to get away with this baby? By taking his life. Who they praying to? Can you tell me who they praying to? Because I'm telling you this one goddamn thing. If they praying to the same God that we pray to, something's got to be wrong in our home. Okay, the call is coming from inside the house. Let's move on. Sorry, bro. I get started on this.
Cover up. And
Listen.
every time they open
Every time I open the mouth.
You're saying the park ranger found him. That leads me to believe there were no friends. There was no newly met girlfriend. So am I left to believe that he goes out swimming all on his own and the friend girl leaves the...
Now, this is Nancy Grace. That's Nancy Grace. They said Nancy Grace has came. I got to get that off my screen.
Friends with black people means looking out for us, sticking up for us.
Girl, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear that. See, that's that shit right there. We trying to say right there, girl. Listen, sis. Listen. I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't even mean to say. I ain't know it's gonna come. Girl, we don't want to hear that shit. Shut up. I wasn't hearing that shit. Hell. Say that after they solved the case. Oh, they didn't arrest no damn body. Hell, trying to teach their ass something they already know. We ain't doing it. I love you, but no. What's wrong with you? Moving on. You be angry.
Stop. Joe Scott, you're giving me so much information. Let me tell everybody, if they don't know who you are, why you're here tonight. Okay? Joe Scott Morgan is a death investigator.
She good. Now, man, Nancy Grace, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty because Nancy Grace is going to definitely bring light because there ain't nothing like a white person out here spilling their own tea and being nosy. We all know that. Okay? If you really want to try to get some answers, put one of their own out there and you will get it. The same thing how they got us with Freddie Hampton. They sent somebody that looked like us and how they sent Officer Tatum. Let's go.
Nolan and Katie are on the boat. Katie is sitting right on Nolan's lap. There's 7 people on this boat. Ben Crump just released his photo an hour ago. When Warren called for a tow,
5 hours ago.
He said there were 7 living souls on the boat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nolan having Katie on his lap in the middle of the picture circled. Y'all, this is why there's no witnesses, because...
Now, we're going to go back to this right here before we get up out of here. Now, listen. Y'all remember that baby that I said a minute ago. He said, nephew did say, now, you know what? This is why I told you. You know what I'm saying? You don't get too old to learn something new. And hit that youngster tell you a minute ago. He said, y'all, I'm telling y'all, because his was like 2 days ago. He said, I'm telling y'all, they got to fight over that girl on their boat, and then that's what happened. And more like with these new stuff coming out or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's probably actually what happened.
These are the only people that actually know what happened. Doesn't matter how many people were on the island. None of them saw what happened to Nolan except these people. That's why the story is so airtight. And this is another reason why there's so much focus on the boat and why they won't let the K9 sniff it. And they're trying to stall and wait at least 30 days because head of the Cajun Navy said that the trail goes cold if the dog cannot smell it after 30 days, the blood.
Baby, we can finna on a month, baby. Okay, today is July. This happened July the 4th. Today is July the 25th, baby. We almost at 30 days, baby. Ain't nothing finna happen, baby. I'm telling you. Just coming from what I know, from what my experience is. Okay, speaking from experience, baby. They're gonna say, well, the body, it was inconclusive. Nobody has a story. What do we do now? That's what's gonna happen. Yep.
Good morning,
The way I see it. Yeah, of course. And so where's Nolan in this? You know, you
a trash can or a hard.
Let me tell you this right now, Stephen A. Smith and Charles. I'm telling you right now, if a white boy was on an island with his black friends, all black, and some white folks put on a camera, that something must be suspicious because the one white boy is with all these black dudes, and something may have happened. We know that people covering it up and everything because these kids black. Man, we'd be pissed off on that. Ain't no way in the world I'd accept somebody saying, you gonna blame these black boys for doing something to these kids just because they black? That's insane. And that's what happened in this situation.
If a white boy had been on that boat with 3 black boys,
he was feeling that one. Ooh, child, he was feeling it. He was feeling it. You gonna talk about Massa? Massa ain't did nothing. How dare you get your jigging ass up here and say something about him doing this thing? Stephen, you know better, because Stephen, you was with us too. That's why you got put out the big house, because Massa said you had stole one of his pictures that time, and y'all up here talking about he had did one of them. And if they did, who gives a damn? It's they ride. The Lord said they could do it. Officer Tatum. Raggedy motherfucker. Ooh, I'm tickled. Lord, they got me hot. That funny as hell, boy. That boy, that girl. When I say Django Award goes to, when I say Django Award goes to, ooh, who it go to? Who it go to?
If a white boy was on an island with his black friends, all black, and some white
bitch, they would call FBI, CIA, the National Guard. They'll call the mermaids, the clowns, the blacks, the gays, everybody to come search. That's what they would happen. That's what oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. I forgot Tatum. I forgot to tell you this, Tatum. I so forgot this, Tatum. Happy belated Pride Month. Jesus, I forgot. He's definitely one of my people. We don't want him, but you know, we got to say Jesus said love everyone. My God, today.
So Nolan Will's second autopsy has been performed. I listened to all the information.
This was an independent autopsy commissioned by the Wells's family.
Yeah, and that was what Kaepernick did or whatever. And you know, it has been a really challenging thing. And you know, like I said before, my mother has 10 children, okay? And my mother has never taught me to be racist. She didn't be biased. She taught me to love everybody, turn the other cheek, but also slap a bitch if you got to, and then pray about it later. Because he can forgive all things, because they should know they're not to try you. My gosh. Hold on. So, with that being said, you know, in my own experience of being a child down there in Mississippi, I know the struggle that it is when it comes to things like that, but Mississippi actually came up in the numbers of reading lately. So certain things are really going there. But at the same time, we're gonna keep in prayer. We're gonna pray for the governor. The governor is more lost than Charleston White's eye. You know, Charleston White's eye is always loose and wiggly and in despair. But we pray that God will straighten it up. In the name of Jesus. Ooh, I felt that. Ooh, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow morning. His eyes gonna be looking straight. I'm gonna say, I healed him, God. I healed him. 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 Hold on. Jesus. Straighten up his motherfucking eye, God. My God, today. We're gonna pray for the governor with his fat, Ozempic needing ass. My God, today. He's more insecure than Lizzo. My God, today. And that's very insecure, bitch. Listen. I love you. We're gonna keep the brother and I'm so sorry. Sorry, this is me. Welcome. Listen, we're gonna keep the brother in prayer, and I pray for him and his family. And I would say, listen, take away anything else. You know, teach your children, baby. You know, I'm a black, gay, again, Southern Belle, born and raised Mississippi, you know, and bred and trained down in Memphis, Tennessee, South Memphis, exactly, you know. And in my experience, again, I thank God for my mother, because, of course, you know, you got to understand with religion in the South, having a lot of brothers and being in a Church of God in Christ Beach, you know what I'm saying? Baby, that Bible, they kept that Bible on me tight, ho. Okay, they kept it on me tight. They did. And me being grown now, no, I don't carry a lot of the same beliefs. Because I know what it is to us foundationally. I know what have been fucked with us mentally, and things that we keep a repetitive cycle of arguing in. I think it's stupid because, again, they was up here marching at the White House with the goddamn Confederate shit. But anyway, in that process of that, I thank God my mother giving me that thing of, like, in a way of I was dark skinned, you know. And I know can be bullet sometimes, but she's like, baby, love yourself. You hold your head up. That's old school raising. Raise your kids again. Come back. That's how we can make our own people great again. Shabbat. Yeah. Stop being jealous of your goddamn daughters and tell them that they're beautiful. Tell them where their beauty comes from. What happened to the Maya Angelos and the Sade's and the lyricalists that told us and the Eartha Kids, you dumb shits. My God, today we're losing the point. As Love Jones says, she said it gets to a point. Bitch, I've been there 5 times ago. But you know, tell you have to understand those things. And that's what one of my callings is. to tell some of these dumb motherfuckers. It ain't everybody, because I know real black. My mama is a real black woman. My grandmother is a real black woman. My auntie, my sister, God, they are real women. Can cook greens, can read, work, build, pray. You know what I'm saying? And love that man, which they're taught. You know, and some of these young folks don't know a goddamn thing about it. And they so insecure, they get on Instagram looking at people that got plastic in their ass and they run for an image like that. That's not the image they need to be. Teach them to love themselves. Love the skin you in. Teach them the history. Makes them feel powerful. You know? Damn technology fucking these kids up. Hell, I asked one of the kids the other day who Fred Hampton was. He was about 11 years old. He looked at me backwards. This bitch, I said, you know, Martin Luther King. Man, who that is? And he about 10. I said, that's the dumbest bitch. My God, today. Damn. Ignorant motherfuckers. You know, we can't do that. Our ancestors didn't leave us back here for that. They didn't do that shit. I don't give a fuck about you being gay, because I've been a homosexual. I've always been a homosexual. I don't care what the fuck you do with your pussy. Okay? We are 13% of the population, bitch. Okay? And these cases ain't getting solved. What's more important? And these bitches, they out here, they in Nigeria right now trying to bleach their skin to become something that they aren't. And they still again right now. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck, how is they selling melanin? When melanin is we carry questions. Where's the missing people? Where are they? We have bigger fish to fry. But you know, love them the right way. Teach them. And I thank God for those things my mother gave me. Because me being a gay black man, she definitely had to make sure I instilled in me confidence. And instilled in me wisdom. And instilled in me, because I have to move through this world. You know what I'm saying? So I thank God my mama giving me that. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't have my mama wasn't jealous of me. My mama I wasn't her best friend. Okay, I wasn't her friend. She tell me all the time, I ain't one of your little friends. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. I said do what I say do. Okay, she was a real mother. Now the thing is, she just did beat the fuck out of me to beat the fuck out of me. Okay, if I got a whooping or I got in trouble, I know what I was getting in trouble for, and that it was gonna come with me reading 2 chapters out the Bible before I can get up after I got my ass whooped. But it was lessons to be learned. It came with you. She did it in love, people. She did it in love. You know, y'all must forget. Y'all. They turned their sons into husbands. Just some nasty shit. Hell, my baby fine. Why the fuck you want your baby fine, baby? No, tell him that tell him, listen, I need you to be, one day you're gonna be a man. You're gonna have a family. You're gonna raise that family. And I'm gonna show you how your wife and what you're looking for needs to be, baby. You know, like they act like they throwing pussy at their own sons now. Something ain't right. They fighting the girlfriends. Bitch, clean it up. Stop this. Stop this. I thank God for my mama whooping my ass. Oh Lord. It ain't nothing like being thankful for a ass whooping from back in the day. You know, you get grown and then you be like, God, thank God my mama whooped my ass, because these bitches is dumb. Dumb, da dum, dumb, dumb. They dumb, dumb, dumb. God. Dumb bitches. But anyway, I love you. Be grateful to the Lord. Be strong. Be loving. Love the skin that you in, okay? We're going to keep on praying for Nolan Wells family, but, you know, right now, listen, we need to keep on moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Keep on moving forward. Listen, I understand this, but this Mississippi, baby, they ain't got the lungs, they ain't got the neck, they ain't missing parts. This Mississippi, they, in so many words, the governor then jumped in now. Okay. And since the governor then jumped in, trying to tell you, him and that wheelchair bitch in Texas, them say these whites, they evil. Okay, bitch. Evil, don't get no fuck. Listen, you gotta look at what's real. Listen, make sure the family at least gonna get their money. You know what I'm saying? Hope that the ancestors pay them, look, but they'll get their ass back, because I'm telling you, they ain't finna. I'm telling you, all of them, they linking in tight. Thank God for Katie. You know what I'm saying? She got some, whatever BBC that kept Katie. Thank God for that BBC. Hold on. Because Katie said, bitch, I ain't gonna do with this. I'm speaking out. My voice be heard. My name is gonna be the White Maya Angelou. So she is today. She was. So anyway, I love y'all. Listen, I gotta get ready to go. I done played so much tonight. But yeah, man, it just gets me. You know, it gags me. Oh, and Officer Bitch Tatum, you know, I'm praying for him, because as a little kid, no, real talk, before I go, real talk, the problem with Officer Tatum is, man, I really am concerned about who his mama and his daddy is. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Who his mama and who his daddy is. Because the way that this man right here act, I swear to God, he's straight out there moving life and at the movie Django itself. And the real way for he don't, and it's kind of crazy that you know he's in a deep psychosis of like, oh my God, you can't be hurt my master. Oh Lord, you hurt master. Oh, amazing grace. You know, he's really that deep. Deep, bitch. Deep, deep, deep. He's a CIA. He's an informant. He likes to go back in those things, you know. He's one of those people that we have to Harriet Tubman at times and leave his ass behind. You know, when the time comes, I ain't got to do with that. They say, nope. Remember that white-only town over there in Arkansas? I'm guaranteeing you, Tatum, they won't let your ass in. You or Candace, you ain't getting them up. You can love them all you want to, but bitch, the rules are the rules. Okay? Better read the bylaws. Then they gonna turn around and justify it with the Bible. Try it. But it speaks volumes into how he was raised. Like, did no one ever tell him as a little boy, like, hey, you're a beautiful, brown-skinned little boy, okay? Love the skin you're in, son. Okay, you came from powerful people. Do you know what they did for this country? Do you know who you are? Do you know what bloodline you carry? Come on, let's pray. You know, let's gather ourselves. Let's understand what we can. You know, like he never had any deepness. You know, I think I love being came from the South. These bitches, dumb, man.